Hello YouTube world, Todd from Great Escape Farms here. I'm back in the kitchen again, getting ready to do a little project here. Not a whole lot here from the garden. I actually ended up having to buy the onions and the peppers. And I ended up buying everything here, but I'm going to a permaculture class tomorrow and I have been designated with bringing the lunch. So I'm going to make barbecue, also known as Sloppy Joe. So figured I'd share that with you if you guys are doing any kind of a class or anything, or any large group thing that you need to cook beforehand and just take along and let them serve up. This is great to make up ahead of time, put in a crock pot, and then people can just serve it as they need it. So all you need is what's in front of you here, and then some buns, and I also have some chips and dips to go with it. But this is a wonderful recipe here. So let me run down the recipe real quick, and then I'll actually get to putting it together. So it's barbecue, also known as Sloppy Joe by some people, and I'm sure there's a million other names for it out there. I refer to it as barbecue. It requires 3 to 4 pounds of ground beef, 2 bottles of Heinz chili sauce, and that would be this right here. And this is some wonderful tasting stuff. This is like one of the main ingredients here. And then 2 cans of tomato soup, just one of the 10-ounce cans here, actually 2 of them. And then a small bottle of ketchup. Obviously you can see I have like a huge 1 pound or better bottle there, so I'm only going to use a portion of that bottle. 2 large onions and 2 green peppers. So you see that there aren't really exact measurements here, which is a good thing. So it's slightly different every time, but it's always good one way or another. So the way you make this is first you brown the meat, and then after it's browned, you add chopped up onions and peppers, and you cook those until they're just slightly soft. And then you drain off the grease, and then you mix all the other ingredients together. Cook on medium heat and bring to a boil. Let it simmer for a little while and serve it up. It's that simple. So let me get started here. I'm going to go ahead and brown up the ground beef and do some chopping on the green peppers and the onions, and I will bring the video back at that point. Okay, so we have the ground beef brown now. I added the onions and I added the peppers, and let me try to get this up close. You can see these. I didn't cook them as long as I usually do. Usually I get them a little more tender. However, this can be sitting in a crock pot tomorrow for probably 3 to 4 hours before we actually eat lunch. So it'll be heating up and it'll cook all the way through a little bit more then. So I don't want to overdo it now. So obviously I can't add a whole lot more in this frying pan, so I'm going to have to change up pots. This would be my next pot. Actually, before I do that, let me just start the process here. So I went ahead and I drained the grease off. So what I did is I just kind of, yeah, this does show. I laid it off to the side here, pulled the meat back, and I scooped it up and I put it into this little white container right here. It's just a ceramic cup. And after it gets room temperature and starts to gel a little, I'll go ahead and pour that into a plastic bag and just throw it in the trash. Not exactly the best way to do it. I know there's other ways to get rid of that, but I'm in a hurry. Got a lot of things going on this weekend, so for right now, that's how we're gonna have to do it. So I'm just gonna dump this right on in. And a couple more pieces here. Go for all the onions. Love onions. Okay, toss that off to the side. And then we have 2 cans of tomato soup. I'm just going to open and dump. I didn't think this stuff would be gelled like that. I'm not a big tomato soup fan, so I don't usually do this, eat this, except for in a recipe like this. Then it's good. Okay, I'll get a little more of that out later. And so I'll add 1 more tomato soup in a minute. I'll pour the chili sauce in, and just to get it out, what I do is I swing it and try not to hit anything, and it gets a lot more of it down near the end. Okay, that's done. And then the ketchup, I will go ahead and pour about half of this in. Let me do a little bit more. Okay. So That's it for the ketchup. And then at this point I will go ahead and simmer it, and I'll give you a shot once it's done here in about a half hour or so after it's done simmering. Hey guys, I'm back. So I started to simmer this, and then I got thinking about it. I really don't want to simmer it because it's gonna be simmering pretty much for 3 hours tomorrow. So I went ahead and I just put it into the crock pot bottom part here. I wanted to show you this. This is the large crock pot. I think it's 5 quart or whatever you call it. So it's probably 4/5 filled up. So I guess that's maybe what, 4 quarts. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in the fridge, and then tomorrow I will get to class and I will go ahead and turn it on high, get it bubbling, stir it as it goes on, and after 3 hours it'll be fully cooked. Even if it was just heated up, the meat is fully cooked as it is. Everything else was fully cooked before they canned it and bottled it, so it doesn't have to be simmered for too long, but it definitely will be after 3 hours tomorrow. So with that, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel, and also check out our blog post at greatescapefarms.com. There we have additional pictures of stuff like this, and we have many, many different articles that don't make it to YouTube. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you on another video or on the blog post.